Hey everybody, we're going to be combining core and upper body today for a unilateral workout. Set your timers to 30 seconds each and grab a medium weight. Each of the moves today will be compound moves, and I'll show you different variations that you can do to modify the intensity. Starting on our backs, the first two moves are a fly, single arm fly, with a hip bridge. So here I'm starting by doing the fly in one motion and then hip bridge in the second. You could also combine these two movements to take place at the exact same time, which I'll demonstrate on the other side. Just ensure that on the fly, your elbow or your arm is relatively straight but not locked out. And then as you drive those hips up, you're squeezing your glutes and hamstrings to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. When you combine these two moves together, you're going to have a lot more resistance or load on the core to help keep the shoulder blades, both shoulder blades on the floor, and keeping those hips square to the ceiling as well. Once you've completed 30 seconds on each side, we'll move on to the next move. So 30 seconds here of a single arm skull crusher with a single leg extension. So I'm extending that leg out to 45 degrees, bracing the abs as I do that. And then on the upper body, I'm squeezing the tricep as I drop that dumbbell towards my temple and then extend the arm back up. Notice there's no movement in my shoulder. The only hinge on my arm is at the elbow. And then again, you have the option of doing these each on their own or combining the two here, where I'm doing the skull crusher and the leg extension at the same time. I would start by doing them separately, and then if you're feeling really secure with that lower back close to the mat, then maybe you could combine them together. Again, 30 seconds of each exercise. Our next set will be a side plank with an upper body. It's kind of a snatch, really. We're not doing a traditional snatch here, but in the plank position, we're rolling that dumbbell up and over, right stacked on top of the shoulder. So kind of like a shoulder press here. Be sure to keep that dumbbell really close to your body. So as you bring it up, it's kind of a row, keeping the dumbbell close to the chest. And then as you transition into that press, keeping the wrist aligned with the shoulder. In that former plank position, I had one bottom knee down. Here, I'm bringing the bottom knee up. Whatever option works best for you. Just be sure that you are not rotating that top shoulder to square your shoulders to the floor. We want to keep those square to the side. Of course, you're feeling a load in that bottom oblique as well as the shoulder and upper back here. Our final move, again, we'll do 30 seconds on each side. We'll be in a plank position with those wrists directly underneath the shoulders. I'm starting with my knees on the floor here, which is where I would recommend starting. And you're doing a hammer curl with one arm. So bracing the abs really tight to keep the hips and shoulders square to the floor, and then contracting the bicep as you curl that dumbbell up towards your shoulder. If you're feeling really secure, feel free to lift those knees up off the floor. Just be sure that your hips stay at or below shoulder height so that you're truly a plank, like a plank of wood. Your ears, shoulders, hips, and knees all stay in a perfect line. You can repeat this circuit 2, 3, maybe 4 times for up to a 16-minute workout. Be sure to stretch whenever you're finished. So here I'm doing kind of like an extension or a modification of child's pose, using that dumbbell to help pull my upper body forward. And then here's a nice scorpion move if you're looking for a different stretch to open up the chest. So laying that chest on the floor, keeping your arms out into a T. You can lift one leg up and back around to twist open your spine. Hope you enjoyed this.